Max Verstappen gave a clear answer about his future with Red Bull. Norris pointed out what McLaren needs to start winning. What updates the teams brought to the Austrian Grand Prix. This is Formula One news, and we are starting. Max Verstappen spoke about his future in Formula One. Speculations around Max's future have been ongoing for a long time. Scandals in Red Bull have created a tense situation in the team, which their rivals are trying to exploit to weaken the champions. Mercedes is not standing aside either, with Toto Wolff not sparing praise for Max and emphasizing that the Dutchman is the main target for Mercedes to replace Lewis Hamilton. Mercedes-Benz CEO Ola Källenius is also showing interest in Max's candidacy and believes they have a real chance of signing him amidst the regulatory changes in 2026. Such interest from Mercedes raises many questions for Max himself, who has avoided giving a clear answer about whether he will stay with Red Bull. At the press conference before the Austrian Grand Prix, Max was asked if he was ready to put an end to this situation by saying he would be 100% racing for Red Bull in 2025. His response was as follows. "I think I've said this before. I mean, naturally, of course, people are talking, but it's most important just that we have a very competitive car for the future. At the moment, of course, it's very tight, but we are working very well as a team to try and improve more. And for sure, I said this already with the team, we're working and focusing on next year to try and be competitive again." Max again avoided a clear answer, but further pressure from journalists forced him to give a definitive response. "You didn't get that out of my answer before?" "Okay, yes. And that's what I said. We're already working on next year's car," said Verstappen. Although his response gives the clearest indication about his future with Red Bull, he still has the option to terminate the contract before its end in 2028, and if Red Bull struggles with the new regulations, the chances of a move to Mercedes will increase significantly. Lando Norris admitted that he was too critical of his start at the Spanish Grand Prix, and the real reason for the defeat lies in the details. After the Grand Prix, Lando was quite self-critical, stating that he had a poor start, and that was the moment he lost the chance for a second career victory. However, after analyzing the race, he acknowledged that the difference between him and Max was minimal, and Russell would have received a powerful slipstream and launched an attack in any case. But such small details point to the 1% that he and McLaren need to find to finally defeat Red Bull. When Lando was asked where that 1% could be found, he responded as follows. "I don't think there's an easy answer to it. Even my start was not a bad start. At the time, maybe I was a bit overcritical on saying I had a bad start, but I didn't, and George still would have passed me. It's just that in every little area we just need a little bit more preparation, or a bit more practice on Fridays or Saturdays, and getting these things nailed down. I could have easily tried to be a hero and gone around outside of Max, and that only would have caused a crash, and I would have ended up taking George out. After turn 2, everything was very good, even our strategy. I know we got a lot of criticism on strategy, but that's from people who have no idea what they're talking about. So I'm very happy with probably 99.5%. Just a couple of meters off the line cost me last weekend." Additionally, Norris stated that he didn't have a much faster car, and the advantage noticeable at the end of the race was due to having fresher tires. This explanation seems more logical and reduces the pressure on the team. After all, sooner or later, questions will arise as to why a driver with the best car cannot win a Grand Prix. Therefore, it's better to focus on further improving the car and strategy, and gaining experience in the fight for victories. The official list of updates for the Austrian Grand Prix has been announced. Red Bull did not bring any updates, while their rivals introduced minor changes. McLaren changed the geometry of their front wing to improve airflow. This change will work in conjunction with an update to the front suspension, which will also alter the airflow, allowing for better aerodynamic load. Mercedes introduced components aimed at reducing drag with segmented rear wing elements, designed to reduce aerodynamic load, both localized and on the floor, resulting in less drag. Ferrari made changes related to the track by adding additional cooling louvers on the side panel of the car. The team has explained this change as, in anticipation of possible high ambient temperatures over the race weekend in Austria, an extra louve option has been defined on the engine cover, increasing mass flow rate capacity, but at the expense of aerodynamic efficiency. That's all for today. Did you enjoy the video? Don't forget to like and subscribe. Let's follow the latest news from Formula One together.